Hi, I am Anil Jain, founder and managing director of Gangwal Healthcare Private Limited. The Indian nutraceutical market is what I am very passionate about. So this market has been growing steadily. COVID, of course, has brought in lots of changes in it. Just until 3 or 4 years back, this market was predominantly a protein market. So anything connected with nutraceutical meant proteins and multivitamins. But this COVID has brought about a good change in the perception of the people in general. People have started looking at supplements in terms of immunity build-up, in terms of health build-up. So this is a very positive trend which is happening. Globally, if we look at the global scenario for supplements, it is a highly evolved market. If you look at the US, the Western countries, the knowledge about supplements by a typical layman is very high. In India, this is changing now slowly and gradually, mostly because of the COVID thing. People are now more aware about their health. Secondly, the supplement market is poised to grow because even the doctors who were not previously prescribing supplements, now even for simple things like bone health, like even lungs, even in cancer, the doctors have slowly and steadily started prescribing supplements. This is a big and a welcome change, and due to this, the pharmaceutical industry, which I would say also and additionally because they don't have new molecules to grow further, so they are also shifting focus towards supplements marketing and promotion in order to increase their market share and to increase their profits. Another big challenge which the supplement industry is facing, I would guess, and this is a sensitive matter indeed because it plays straight with the health of the people in general. There are lots of spurious supplements in the protein segment mainly, which is doing the rounds of smaller villages or illiterate or people who are not much aware. So this segment is very important because protein directly plays with the health of any individual. Second is mislabeling. Mislabeling can be intentional or unintentional. I would not like to say that it is always a fraud or something, but it may be many times unintentional because of certain misinterpretation on the part of the marketing companies which the government regulations prescribe. So all these things should be well made aware of in a proper way, and the guidelines should be very clear. Sometimes it becomes a problem. So this mislabeling on the labels should also be very well regulated, and it should be done away with, I would say. Next is, I would say, taxation. Taxation is another very important factor which is affecting the growth of supplement business. It is currently being taxed at 18%, and I would say that generally as the drug is taxed at 5% GST, the supplement market, at least the supplement should be brought to a level of 5% GST. So recently a task force has been formed under the principal scientific advisor to the Government of India for nutrition promotion. Government has taken already many steps towards it, like the formation of the Ayush Ministry, the herbal medicine centers and things like that. But going forward, we also want to suggest and take suggestions from different stakeholders as to what can be done by the government to improve the nutrition and the health of a common Indian. One of the first thing that I would suggest is opening of many education centers, excellence centers, post-grad courses and things like that. Third, I would say clinical studies. This has to be done by the Government of India. Maybe it can be a public-private participation, but this has to be done on a very massive scale on the Indian medicine. This is very, very important. And lastly, I would say that taking of nutraceuticals, taking of nutrition towards the level of pharma, this will give a very good trust. I would say it will make Nutra more trustworthy and as trustworthy as pharma. My journey in nutrition, I would say, started with the proteins. My love for protein gradually developed and evolved over a period of time. At that time when we started promoting proteins to the Indian customers, it was very small, very fragmented. People were giving proteins mainly to children at that point in time. Slowly and gradually it went into sports nutrition, and now it's a big business. My father is a pharmacist by qualification and profession. He has worked with multinationals. He is a BITS Pilani alumni and BHU. I would say some genes came from him, and that led to more and more it developed a passion in me to be more and more nutrition oriented. The health orientation came from him to a large extent, I would say. Today when I look back and when I look currently, I would say that we have evolved a lot from proteins to wellness. In Gangwal Healthcare, we are manufacturing various delivery formats for different customer segments like children, for middle aged, for the young adult, for the geriatric, for various forms, so that for example, an old person cannot take a tablet, a large tablet. So we can deliver it in the form of a ODT, like a mouth dissolving tablet or a film. For a young children, it would be like not an infant but a young child, they would prefer some liquids. So we are into different segments, and we believe that nutrition should go to each and every individual of India. Supplements should be consumed by every segment, be it a young child or be it a geriatric. So just like many Western pharma companies who have always grown by investing heavily in R&D, Gangwal Healthcare also intends to invest very heavily in quality control and R&D both. Why quality control? Because nutraceuticals testing is still not very widely, single testing method very widely followed by people. We have to be standardizing the quality control methods, and this is where we are concentrating on developing analytical methods. That is one thing. Secondly, we are also investing heavily in clinical trials. For example, right now there are 4 clinical studies undergoing, say for example PCOD, liver health, male infertility, and also weight management. So that is one thing, and this will keep on doing it, because this is very important and core to our philosophy, introducing new products to the Indian consumers which are healthy and which will support health of a local commoner. In terms of my future growth strategy, I would guess, and I want to go ahead very strongly investing in R&D, investing in human resources, investing in people, because right now the nutraceuticals many nutraceuticals are not very stable. We have to make very strong, stable formulation, so that by the time the end consumer consumes it, he gets the full dosage which is required for healthy life, healthy living.